Fugitive, you have escaped Coldridge Prison with the help of hidden allies. If you can reach the Wrenhaven River, they promise to aid you in your next move. Sounds good. Now then. No. Never knew you could do that.
He used some kind of explosive to blast his way out. That doesn't happen by accident.
You think he had help? Who'd know how to do that?
Bottle Street gang, maybe. Watch for booby traps. There'll be some down here by the look of it.
Good. If we're lucky, one of them will get Corvo.
You're afraid of him? He's Sir Conan. It's all merchants and whores down there.
Kids like you never saw what he was like. I saw him fight 3-to-1 in the practice yard. He's a whirlwind.
I hope it's me that finds him.
I hope it is too.
Yeah, these rats. If you don't know this game yet, this amount of rats is, well, it's very interesting. You can see probably very soon why. Yeah, they're kinda brutal like that. Really brutal. So, yeah, that's pleasant. Another good reason why to use the technique of the floor is lava. It's a very good way to stay hidden, and it's a very good way to not get eaten by rats. Please go away. This might be sewer water, but it's better than being eaten alive by rats. So, yay, sewer water. So. Yeah, it has been quite a lot of hours since I recorded the first part. So there might have been a huge switch in how happy I am, and no, I'm not. Damin's journal. Amanda and I only had enough coin to buy half the elixir we needed. Even that's all gone now, and there's nothing to do but wait. We're very sick, and there's no place above to hide from the city watch. They're breaking into houses all over our district, so we'll stay here and share our last hours together. Our farm will keep the rats away, but they'll inherit this city. Damin. So yeah, to people that read descriptions and such, and see me talking about this game being really depressive, it really fucking is. Yeah, this game can be kind of depressive, and well, there's one piece of music that I heavily associate with this game, and if I listen to that, I really need to remember to breathe. So that tells you something about the impact.
Aren't we supposed to load the bodies into carts headed to the flood Wanted district?
Yeah, but screw that. That's too far. I don't want to catch the plague, do you? No.
Doesn't the elixir prevent it?
Maybe. Either way, let's just dump them down there. Let the rats eat them.
Yeah, those things are very pleasant, aren't they? I mean, they can be very useful. I mean, those first two guards, yeah, they won't be a problem anymore. And if you encounter them throughout the city, they will pretty much do the same. Does not mean it's pleasant business though. So yeah, the idea here is to throw a couple away and kind of lead them away from that wheel, so you have time to crank it while they devour the corpses and not you. Sorry, mister. Come on. Yes. Warning. Outlawed area. So yeah, I kinda have to re-get into the mood of, no, not the mood, the idea of let's playing and constantly talking, which is something I do all the time. And that's triggered. Do all the time when I'm alone, but if there's someone around, I am really the silent one all the time. But unlike the first episode, I now have some topics to talk about. Written down. The first of which is why. Of course, that's in life always a very good question, but in this case more particular, why do a let's play? Mainly just because I wanted to. I wanted to try it. I'm not trying to want to become the next, I don't know, the next PewDiePie, which I think really would suck, or the next GoPro or something which would suck less. Because, well, I'm none of those people, and I'm not really planning on making this my job or something. I've better things to do. I mean, there's a very good chance I'll just have a very good but slightly normal career in a couple of years. To the Lord Protector. Greetings, Corvo, or should I say Lord Protector, as you were known before that title was wrongfully taken from you. We are servants of the Empire, and of the true Empress, a group of loyalists who want very much to meet you. Take these weapons, crafted for you of the finest materials in the Isles, and meet with our man, Samuel, near where these tunnels split into Waven River. All haste and luck, we share a common purpose. Yeah, these are probably the coolest weapons in gaming history. In particular, that sword. Very Warframe-esque. Jelly Shen. Jelly. In case you want to Well, talking about daft. In case you're too daft to remember, look at your whiskey for the Oscar. Whiskey, got it? If you want your share, you'll sort it out. If not, I'll come back for it next month. Well, I'll take my share. No. Obvious. 4 or 5 left. I force these things open so easy. I mean, what is it? It's just 1,000 combinations. You go through that relatively quickly, really. If you really want it, just force it open.
He won't get past me, sir.
Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
Then try to make a lot of noise when you die. Knock something over if you can.
Bastard.
Yeah, that might be the best idea against
Smells like a dead
murderous
reaper in
hobo.
here.
Please stay still. Come back.
Let me know if you want to take my patrol. You always amuse me.
Okay.
Probably is. They come here to die sometimes in the dark. Just slip into the water, don't come out.
But I really have no profit from doing this at all. It really is just me trying to see what it's like to do Let's Play and kind of enjoying it, really. I didn't know if I was going to enjoy it, but yeah, I really am. You can go up top, but it's not the greatest idea, I think. I think I'm going to go for the easy way and just swim it all on and go all on the... Nope, get stuck. Get shred. Oh shit. Please don't see me. Please don't. Turn around. I don't have sleep dots. Do I? Yes, I have sleep dots. It's not going to help an awful lot, of course. I mean, Ben is going to scream, and then there's suddenly a guy sleeping. Yeah, that's not going to raise the alarms at all now, is it? Go away, turn around. What is this, a staring contest? Oh shit. Oh fuck. Run, run, run. Open, open, open. So yeah, I'm in now. And hopefully don't get eaten. That's always lovely. That reminds me somehow, I need to change the camera one time or so. Yeah, immersive for the max, isn't it? Hopefully that's slightly better to see now. So yeah, so far for the amazing stealth bonus, but no well.
Bravo! Over here! Quickly! I'm a friend! I'm Samuel. And I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. Well, they said you'd come out here. I could still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Do I really have to say old man? No, well, I guess we're not friends yet. Alright, old man, let's go. Yay. I haven't really got that one at the very start. Oh. And it other garbage at collecting gold. But for the rest, very good. So yeah. So, normally I would think I'd stop it here, but, well, yeah, that would be such a short episode. So I think I'm going to continue a bit further and then, I don't know. We'll see. Hidden allies. Hidden in an old bar on the river. Your new allies have plans to share with you. Meet with the loyalists in a circle to learn what they got in mind.
This is the Hound Pit's pub. Closed for business. Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose and he don't know a thing. Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart. Take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Loyalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
Sort of the semblance of home, really, this is, isn't it? Sort of, but, well.
I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress.
So it's starting at last, after we found our man. Even after 6 months in Coldridge Prison, he slipped out like it was nothing.
Yes. Not surprising. He was the personal bodyguard of the Empress. You've heard the stories.
Yes, I have. It still amazes me that someone could get to the Empress and young Lady Emily.
No one knows the real story, Trevor. We all have our suspicions. We'll know the truth in time.
They were
He's
using
strong and
magic.
quick. But I hope he understands subtlety as well.
This isn't one of your fancy dress parties. The reality is that we need men killed. Have you ever killed a man?
Only with my wit. But it's a fair point as always. He'll be here soon, and I'm looking forward to meeting him.
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pit's pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry. You must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes. Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him, and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
Yeah, Piero. He is interesting.
Remain in effect through the month of rain. Stay alert.
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin. No! This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil is running. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. Oil's unstable. When it explodes, there's a terrible mess.
Yeah, including a mess of body parts. So yeah, this is mainly a whale oil introduction and tutorial. Really interesting. Because the game looks really steampunk, but, well, it's more whale oil punk.
Perfect. Now plug it in. Just get it. Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, the fit must be precise. There.
Not really
Can you see normally?
but
Some lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
so, let's have a look. So yeah, he just has munition and spring razor mines. These things are really cool, but yeah, like a lot of tools, not that as useful when you're going non-lethal. Then again, I don't know if I'm going non-lethal, but well, we'll have to see what the vote decides. Or the one person who actually watches this. You can make the crossbow so amazing. The pistol too. Yeah, I kinda know I should hold on to money. I mean, yeah, I have some pre-knowledge, so I'm going to wait with buying stuff. Just a little bit.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can.
Yeah, I'd like to take a little look around, there are some papers, and well, if I'm going to do a let's play, I might as well read the bloody papers. Even while I can't bloody read, so yeah.
Very well. You know best. Let me know if you need anything more.
Second solution. So yeah, I'm going to try and read this, and you can skip it if you want. Excerpt from a series of newspaper articles from prominent I can never say that. Prominent natural philosophers by Piero Joplin. It is through no fault of my. By the way, I'm dyslexic, so I have a reason. Not going to help, but well, I mean, people are still going to complain, but no. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov elixir of my own formula, sold as Piero's remedy. A name I did not choose, if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its usual method of idiocy, spending their coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal, if not superior. Much has been made of the popularity of these concoctions as a means of resisting this remarkable new plague. I'll say remarkable because this strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I've studied it within the blood of those who afflict it, and it's nearly perfect. Elegant, in fact. Yeah, thousands of people are dying. Isn't it beautiful? And while it's true that Piero's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties not fully understood, which relate to the mind itself and the spirit. And it's in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this context. For you see, Sokolov's elixir, which is emphasis on the brute animal body, is a crass goo better suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variants in the key ingredients making a Piero's remedy ensure that it works on the higher functions that separate humankind from the mindless blue-jawed jackfish swimming in the Wrenhaven River. Bloody hell. Well, that's a good start. Piero's request is denied. No, I will not sign off these purposes. A bag of powdered crystal? Divian ore? What's wrong with the metal in crystal? King Sparrow feathers. If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy you need everything you need was paid for by Tefik and hand out willy-nilly, but not in my bar, or what's left of it. And we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else. So you got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve of your purchases unless they are absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one's going to miss any of the old scrap you seem to need. Admiral Havelock. So yeah, that's rather pleasant, isn't it? That counter responsibilities. Except for a manual of new City Watch procedures. Commissioned by the Royal Legion in the face of the growing plague crisis, the debt counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will differ from the attending officer on duty. However, any debt counter will have command in situations related to the plague and handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms, called weepers' income prevalence. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. They will be instrumented in coin and rations of elixir at 1.5 normal pay rate. So yeah, sounds pretty good. What's the catch? Field experiments. Excerpt from a series of lectures on natural philosophy by Piero and Joplin. Of course I have attempted to improve upon Sokolov's design, of course, and why not? After all, it's unlikely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the Academy. We're all part of a community striving to unknot the mysteries of the cosmos, and even those among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to a fruitful line of consideration by, how does one say it, our intellectual subordinates. Sokolov is one exception to this. Despite the glamour of genius, he has cast even the aristocracy. And further, it is not true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind. And further, it is true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind my back in our social clubs and in the very chambers of the academy itself. Great ambition requires risk. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as commonly as you see the electric lamps lighting our street at night. But a few short years ago, you would have laughed at Sokolow's arc pylon or wall of light. Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. So yeah, he was rather annoyed, wasn't he? Then another bloody book. The options are either I read them now or I read them never, so I guess I'll read them now. Will Vivisection. Excerpt from the Notes of Natural Philosopher about aboard a whaling ship. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage presumes some minor variants on philosophy. On the second leg of the trip, east of Divya, the crew hauled aboard a female, some 42 in length. I estimated she weighed 35 tons, and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with thrashing. By candlelight I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing I cut into the mass of tentacles around her mouth. Within I found row upon row of teeth and a baleen running among the upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure I assumed they filter food from the water that was too small to be chewed. Well, they would be correct. Whale oil processing. Excerpt from the founder of the Greaves Whale House by Ebenezer Greaves. Something tells me he was slightly greedy. Out at sea, they secured the beast with hooks, with the lines cast from the main ship and from several smaller boats. Boys keep the whale from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven through the tail, which is used to hoist a creature up through the chute. They moan and bellow from time to time as the men get them onto the deck, then lifting them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to port in Dunwall, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing off the fattiest parts while it's still lives. Joy wanted to repeat. I think it's one more so. Sokolov Whale Oil Refinement Station. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regard to the supply of whale oil. The good Admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it in the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refinement process. We'll begin the refilling process. Once the refilling is complete, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the full tanks, as they are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Greaves Oil Company has done something correctly for once.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time, and then observe them for years if need be, to see see if the formulation of energetic substances develop. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities subject to the necessary legal amnesty.
So yeah, like I said, interesting. Not evil or something, but not really good either. Just out for knowledge.
River traffic is forbidden from landing in the distillery.
So yeah, let's head off to bed.
Is the man dangerous?
Yes, very much so, but no need to fear. He is here to work with our masters.
People say he killed the Empress.
Of course he didn't. People are foolish and believe whatever they're told.
Okay. If the Admiral trusts him, then so will I. The Admiral served in the Navy under the Empress. But something happened with the Lord Regent that drove the Admiral out. If I understand it right.
Well, that he's a complete asshole works for that. I do wonder what's in this floor though. I'll have to check it out at some point. So yeah, let's try night sleep, huh? Well deserved after 6 months in prison and then a prison break with an explosion and sewers. I should really take a bath, but no well, that's good too. Yes, go to sleep. Somewhere else. No description, nothing. Just anywhere else. So yeah, this is a thing. Something's not right. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I hadn't figured that one out by the water going up and rocks floating in space and me floating in space and
hello, Corvo. Your life has taken a turn, has it not? The Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world, great forces that men call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power, my gift to you. Come find me.
so yeah, this is one of the coolest parts about this game. Teleportation. And then there's that. Just to remind you of, yeah, this game might be awesome, but it's also depressing as fuck. Form a letter. I guess someone is trying to tell me that I can't save her. I wonder how that works though. Because if you pick up those potions, you will have them when you're outside. So, and again, this place is sort of real and sort of not, and oh no, this place is complicated. Yeah, I should keep moving because if I don't, I can probably really be here forever. Emily's letter. Corvo, I'm very sad. They said that you're dead like mother, but I'm going to put this in. This note in a bottle and throw it into the river because I do not believe them. Living here is very strange. I do not like it. So please, come for me if you can. I will. Yeah, it's probably not as depressing when you haven't played this, I don't know, 5 times already, but... Can't I draw my sword and just cut the head of this guy? I know he's fake, but... Gotta love how this part's kind of full show stuff that you really can't know. I mean, I see things that I recognize, but if you see this for the first time, you probably have no idea. Yeah, those guys are very unpleasant. Okay, that's the first time I have done that. For all my play sessions, for all the times I've done this, it has never done that before.
In the days that follow, your trials will be great, Corvo. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands. With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
Okay, so I have a new monitor, and this is the first time I think I play this on my new PC. At least the first time I play this on my new monitor. And my god, that thing is gross now. And it's even worse once you start knowing and recognizing things about it.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning. All of time is meaningless here. Neither seconds, nor centuries.
For the people who didn't hear it, don't hear it, like me, that voice is the voice of... Damn it, now I can't think of her name. Jasmine Caldwin, the old Empress. The one you failed to save.
Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky.
close, just boot them on, and here it is. It's insane. Yeah, I'm not going to spend it just yet. And depends kind of on what the vote says, and if I'm going to go lethal murder man. I'm going to really want Shadow Kill, as it's amazing for stealth play. Because, well, in the prison you saw me also constantly hiding the bodies and everything. With Shadow Kill, if you kill someone, if they don't detect you, they turn into mist, or yeah, they just disappear. So it really is easy to be stealthy then. Then again, there is some balancing, but yeah. And if not, I'm going for agility first, because oh my god, it's so useful. And then Blink too, because Blink is also so useful.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
So yeah, back to the Houndspits pub. From somewhere else. So yeah, all these things you see around you right now are from the... I think they were pre-order bonuses you could get, and they were in the definitive edition, I think it's called. And they kind of make the power of fuck. My god, what is that? Is that the heart? Seem to be. Sound from all the runes, or I don't know, bone charms. Not runes, bone charms. Rumors and sightings. Doubt. Excerpts from an overseer's cover field report. For over a year now, I've lived away from the Abbey, without company of my overseer brethren, or the guidance of the blind sisters of the order. Days have passed with me sleeping in the dens of cut purses, murderesses, and worse. And nights have been prowling through the worst alleys and wretched corners of Dunwall. I've taken my meals with killers. At times I have ventured beyond the city walls, beating the forgotten graveyards and the outlying ruins frequented by those of ill means. My god, I really can't read. My beard has grown long, and I wear the weathered clothing and bits of boiled leather favoured by the Bottle Street and Hatters gangs, and by those rough men and women who make their knifing others in return for coin. My hands have run red with blood, it's true, but I have selected my targets with care, choosing among those criminals and heretics who were not fit to live, executing them justly, and using their deaths as a means of building my reputation. So far this trick has allowed me to make my name among the murderers and my murderous colleagues, without taking the lives of the innocent. Yeah, because the lives of some people are worth more than others. My goal is singular. I must impress the assassin named Dowd in order to get close to him. All of the practitioners of black magic, we have tracked none concern the Abbey as much as Doubt. It is said that his mother was a witch from one of the archipelagos of the... Okay, fuck those weird names. The Huppelpup coast, taken captive by pirates venturing far from the Isles. According to the legend, by the time the ship returned, the captain was dead and the witch controlled the crew, without still a shadow in her belly. In the earlier stories, tell of a gang killer without mercy, moving among the shopkeepers and city watch officers of Dunwall, like a reaper through wheat. When a period of silence followed, then a period of silence followed. Years. We now believe he spent traveling the Isles, studying anatomy, the occult in the great halls of learning and in the basement frequented by fellow dabblers of the forbidden arts. That is even purported to have spent a winter in the Academy of Natural Philosophy itself, and for a time before Shmish development. 10 points to the person who tells me what Shmish is. He counted the Bridgemore witches among his allies. All the while, he honed his craft, and it is during this time that we believe he began to consort with the outsider. Good God. Yeah, probably not going to read all the books. New reports emerge of a dusky-skinned assassin, paid by the elite to eliminate their rivals in Dunwall and in the other major cities across the Isles. Those who saw him and lived numbered in a handful, but all of them report something strange. He appeared and vanishes, like smoke, from a nearby rooftop. He gestures, and a noble woman stumbles from a balcony, falling to her doom, on the cobblestone below. Most recently, as this new threat of the plague has risen in Dunwall, thou have been seen leading a gang of men in dark leather, dressed as factory whalers, in a vapor mask. They seem loyal beyond comprehension, for one so unworthy, leading me to wonder if some sort of form of magic is dedicated to learning their minds, enslaving them. Only a month ago, one young girl claimed to have come across a strange scene, carrying a bottle of milk home to her crippled brother. She was taking a shortcut through the Taylor district. In a narrow street, she paused beneath a window and heard unusual sounds from within. Pushing aside the ratty rattan, the girl saw into an abandoned apartment, using the miscreants for gambling and trading haberweed. An occult shrine had been erected against the far wall, which he recognized from the teaching given by her local overseer. A man she described as resembling Dowd was kneeling before the shrine, muttering to an unseen spirit, as if in argument. He took a carving made of pale bone from the altar before him. In the lights, all went out in a gush of unclean wind. Quiet as a field mouse, she slipped away, running until she reached home. There can be no doubt. Doubt is an agent of the outsider and must die. For there is no limit to the evil this man might do. This is my solemn oath and the great purpose of my life. Until Doubt is dead, and his corruption has been purged from the world, I will continue to move among the depraved, wended my way towards him. I will not drop my guise, or don my overseer mask again, until Doubt breathes no more. No, another time. Next time, perhaps. So yeah, let's see what bone charms I have. For channel powers, effect slightly improved. Sounds nice. Gutter feast. White rats can be consumed for mana. Gross but maybe useful. White rat friends, useless. Firewater. This sounds amazing, but you don't come across enough exploding bottles for it to really be worth it. Blast resistance, not really. Fencer, not really also. Good lungs, might be nice. Delicate touch, I like that one. Forger, also nice. Raven, that one is really nice. Quick dodge, enemies miss more often with arrows and bolts. River affinity, swim speed slightly increased. No, let's just be a water guy. Yeah, pretty much gentle. I can't help it. I played the game before, it's hard not to know stuff in advance.
Is to bring them to the city watch. They will be taken to the flooded district for treatment.
Yeah, take them to the flood district for treatment. Why do you take them to a place that's called the flooded district to treat them? Doesn't sound all that treat anymore. Let's get them away.
Somewhere in the basements below, Hound kills Hound, and money changes hands.
So, yay, another rune. I'll keep to spare in case people want me to go murder man, and then I can take shadow kill. And if not, well, I'll take something more useful. Yeah, I could swim, but you see those fish? Yeah, they really trying to eat your face. They're not pleasant.
Well, let's get down to it. First off, I know that assassination is dark business, but sometimes good men have to do bad things to make the world right. Our purpose is clear. We want to restore Her Majesty's line by finding and putting Emily Kaldwin on the throne. To those ends, we'll hide, act in shadow, take them apart, piece by piece. Tonight, High Overseer Campbell dies by your hand. It won't be easy. He's protected by his overseers, an army of religious zealots. But if anyone can do it, you can. Your exploits are legendary. Campbell carries a private journal. Once you've eliminated him, get the journal, because we think it contains Emily's location. Recovering her is obviously critical, assuming she's alive. That's the gist of it. Remember our cause, and strike true. We're counting on you. Another thing. Campbell is holding a former overseer by the name of Martin. He's one of us, and if you manage to find him, give him whatever help you can. He's a master strategist, and he got caught working for our cause. It'd be good to have him back here at the Hound Pits.
Yeah, should you feel in any way uneasy by... God damn it, what was your name? Admiral Havelock, you are really not going to be a fan of Martin.
Admiral Havelock has seen more corpses than all the rest put together.
That's good to know, isn't it?
Corvo. Hello. I'm Callista. I work here for Admiral Havelock. I'm sorry to intrude on your business, but this is important. I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer. That wretched man. There's really no reason for you to listen to me. But my uncle, Jeff Kernow, still serves as captain in the City Watch. But he's a good man, and my only family. The chatter in servant circles is that Campbell just took delivery of an exotic poison. And I think I know why. My uncle's not corruptible like the rest of them. Campbell is going to poison my uncle. Do you think you could protect him? You used to do that, right? Before you had your current profession. Before you became an assassin.
Well, thanks for that. I really needed that boost in confidence. So yeah, I remember this place. I'm pretty sure this is where Samuel sleeps. And I'm basically robbing him blind, but we all need it. Mysteries of Pandacia. Yeah, I said I wouldn't read anymore, but fuck it. Excerpt from a book on the far continent Pandacia. At the Academy of Natural Philosophy, they speak of the Pandician continent as a place of wonder, where all of life has entwined and blossomed across eons, producing a vibrant ecology arrived by the civilized world. The overseers from the Abbey of the Everyman, by contrast, talk of horror and heresy, of cults, of submen enraged in brutal with rituals. A few who have travelled to the far continent and come back to the Isles. Those who have actually touched the soil there have returned with notes that describe the vast desert, deep jungles, and outlandish creatures that defy belief. Once in a generation, a great effort is mounted to build a colony there, in hopes that this someday growing into a port city to rival Dunwall itself. But today's attempts have all ended in madness and failure. Sounds like a happy place, doesn't it? Welcome to the world of Dishonored. Piero, my man.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, let's get some better stuff. Yeah, this was kind of the reason why I kind of waited with spending money. And then I remember that you also get a ton of money by those stupid pre-order bullshit things. So, as I don't really know what I'm going to specialize in, I'm going to take just mask optics, as it's generally very useful. And then some bone charm capacity, because well, it's also just generally useful. And the rest I'll spend later.
Part of the soul live in the heart? If the heart keeps beating, does that mean that the spirit is never released into oblivion? I can keep a heart beating forever with electricity, but what does that mean for any essence trapped within? It'd be easier if I created these processes in waking hours. I am uneasy pursuing avenues that emanate from my dreaming mind.
Funny you should mention that. Have I said that this game is kind of depressing and really depressing me? If so, get used to it. So, Samuel. Damn it, now
When you
I
want
have
to set
think.
out, just give the word.
I was talking. So yeah, I just thought of the kids.
I'm ready when you are, sir.
Fine, I was going to ask a question, but fine, we're going.
Ready to go? Just give the signal.
You bullied me into going and ending the episode earlier. So, this is episode 2, with a bloody lot of reading by a guy who can't read for shit. So, yeah, probably just another very either bad or meh episode. It will probably get better from here, and a lot better once somebody chooses to vote on the bloody thing. So yeah. Let's see where the hell this is Let's Play is going to go next.